Good morning. As you can see, it's a marvellous day. We've got bountiful liquid sunshine. It's absolutely horrible. And this no doubt has deterred a lot of people from coming down here. I'm hoping to hear the Grey Point guns being fired. Now it says on the outside of the building here, Grey Point Fort 1904. I was told it was built in 1907, but there you go. Just say hello to the guard on duty. There's wee war memorial on the side here. And this is the 9th of November 2019. And I believe the guns are going to be fired today in remembrance of the guys who fought in the Second and First World War. Restored coastal artillery site, believed to be the best preserved example of its kind in the UK, was originally built in 1904. It played a major role in the defence of Belfast Lough during World War II, when it's the operational headquarters for all Northern Ireland coastal defences. And here's a sort of an overview map of what you're getting. So home in on that. Following the end of World War II and the subsequent disbandment of the coastal artillery in 1956, the fort was closed until 1957. In 1971, the fort became part of Crawfordsburn Country Park. It was subsequently restored and officially reopened in 1987 to mark the 50th anniversary of the formation of the Territorial Army. 1993 and 1999, a pair of original 6-inch guns from coastal defence batteries in Cork Harbour were transferred to the fort. Their installation completed the restoration work and replaced the guns which had been removed soon after closure in 1957. And these are 6-inch guns, and I think they're 23 feet long. Now it's just disappointing that the weather has turned out so drastically horrible. Administrative headquarters for the Royal Artillery Regiment was housed in this building. The Fire Command Post controlled all the coastal gun defences located in Belfast Lough and Larne as well. I'll just actually go up the ramp here, and here's the regimental flags all out. This is the radar platform. And there's a wee tour underway down here. I'm going to go down here and see Whether the guns are actually going to be fired today, I just don't know. Great Point Fort Radar or Radio Museum. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And there's a lot of stuff in here, and I wouldn't even know where to begin. If you're interested in radio equipment, this is obviously the place to come to. So I've been talking to the guys there, and unfortunately the guns will not be fired this morning or this afternoon, simply because the guy who officially fired them died, and in such short notice he couldn't be replaced. And the officialdom says that you have to fill in so many forms and contact so many people and all the rest of it, that it was impossible to find a replacement guy. Oh, this is a battery observation post. Original observation post built in 1916 and subsequently modified in 1936 to incorporate a searchlight and direction station. The post was tactical headquarters for the battery commander. And it's all about patrolling the loch and searchlights and such like. And I'm going to rub the lens of the camera because it's probably got all splashed. And these guns were great at, covering, the water. They were naval guns, but they were no use, as a deterrent to the Luftwaffe that blitzed Belfast in 1941, killing almost 1,000 people. There's all the information about the gun. Underground magazine contained the main store of shells. Traditionally said that the first shot by the British in World War II was fired from Great Point Fort. 2 days after the outbreak of war, the E. Hayward, a merchant ship from Liverpool, entered the loch, totally unaware that Great Point Fort was now on a wartime footing. It failed to respond to contact from the fort, and so a plugged round was fired across the ship's bows. This was the only time the guns were fired in anger. Didn't have to be. Germans didn't come. The end of the gun is covered. Six-inch diameter, 23 foot. And there's a guy loading up. there's two of these. And this is what you would call a battery. And I have been here before, but I didn't video as extensively as I'm doing today. Quite a number of guys involved in the battery. Great Point Fort battery consists of two 6-inch breech-loading Mark VII guns. The guns placed 100 foot apart with angled reinforced concrete glacis sloping seaward. And they fired armour-piercing or high-explosive shells. Gun emplacements had no protection from air attack until 1940 when gun houses were added. I think that would have been quite sensible. On-duty watch were quartered in the gun floor shelter to the rear of each gun. Gun crew operated by an officer and a crew of 10. And this is the other gun with dummy rounds there, the ammunition store and what have you. I presume these would be some more store places. And the white horses are dancing up and down on the loch. Oh, Grey Point Fort Naval battery. One of the best preserved gun batteries in the whole of the UK.